Welcome to the Saturday morning preview show here on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. I'm Kerry Pollock, Tam McManus and Alan Ruff are here with me. Just a handful of games to go before we find out who will make up the top and bottom six, Tam. But first, let's start with Rangers against Hibernian. An interesting matchup between these two. Hibs come into this one 15 league games unbeaten. Rangers have shown a lot of character under Barry Ferguson. How do we see it going?
It's a difficult one to call because Rangers have been really good away from home. At home, I think they've lost 4 on the bounce. Hibs going in great form. I don't know how many times I've said, Hibs can go to Rangers are there for the taking in the last couple of seasons, and the Rangers have pumped them every time. So I'm quite wary of saying that Hibs will go and get the result. But if Hibs go and play the way they can play, they've been playing, keep it solid at the back. I thought they should have won the game earlier in the season. Yeah. Kukurevich missed a penalty, and I think Rangers nicked it 1-0. Rangers were poor on the day, but I think Hibs are capable of going to Rangers and getting a point. But I think they need to score first. I think the supporters at Ibrox, will be wanting to get that off of that run of losing games at home, and if Hibs can score first, they might start getting on the players' backs again. So I'm going to go for 2 each. I think Hibs can get a point.
Oh, 2 each. Ruffy, are Rangers having to show too much character for you in recent games to pull it back at the end?
Oh, I don't buy into this team. Don't know when they're beat. If you look at the facts, they're losing bad goals. Mm-hmm. They are leaving it late. Yeah, they're winning, which is a plus, but you can't do that week in, week out. You can't scrape these results. I think at home, I know Tam said they have been poor at home, but I don't think anybody saw these results coming. I think Hibs will go there and give them a game, but I'm only saying a draw if Rangers produce the form that they played at Dundee.
Okay.
Because Hibs are playing particularly well. I just got a feeling Rangers will sneak it 2-1.
2-1, okay. Dundee host St Mirren, 3 points ripped from their grasp last Saturday night from Tony Docherty's side. Tam, are Dundee showing you enough that they will keep themselves out of trouble?
Yeah, I think that simply put, I think they've got goals in them. They've got more goals than the likes of Kilmarnock, I think, in Ross County and St Johnstone at the bottom. But they've got to tighten up at the back. I think they're the 3rd or 4th highest scorers in the league, but their defensive record's shocking. It's really poor. And you can't be having to score 2-3 to win a game every week. So St Mirren obviously scored 5 last week against Kilmarnock, and they're coming into this with high in confidence. But I can see goals in this game as well. Again, I can see goals a lot in games this weekend, and I'm going to go for 2 each in this game as well.
2 each as well. Ruffy, as Tam says, their defensive issues have been a problem. They haven't kept a clean sheet since the Airdrie game. Has that been their biggest downfall?
Yeah, I think so. I think we all thought when O'Shaughnessy come back they would tighten up a wee bit, but unfortunately that wasn't the case in midweek there. But I agree with Tam. I think they've got players that will cause you trouble. Wee Tiffany scored a good goal last week, and obviously Murray up front. So I agree with Tam. I think there'll be goals in it as well. I was tempted to go 3 each, but I think that's taken a bit far. So I'm going to go.
You have never went 3. You've never went 3 each in your life,
so
have you?
I'm going to agree with Tam. 2 each.
2 each, okay then. Kelly host Motherwell. Tam McManus says that it's the same set of players, Tam, that are sitting where they are in the table at the moment. They exceeded expectations last time around. What's changed for you this time?
I just think defensively they've not been as good this season.
As well.
I think they've been poor this season defensively. I think their home record's not been great either, and they've always really prided themselves on their home record, because away from home the last couple of seasons, as Ruffy said the other day, they've one season only won 1 or 2 games away from home. So Motherwell are a hard one to call at the minute. They're kind of up and down. A great result against Rangers, then they lose at home, but I think Motherwell can go and get a win here. I just think Kilmarnock are in big trouble. I don't see it with Kilmarnock this season, and I think that Derek and his team are under pressure, and I'm going to go for Motherwell to win this 2-1.
2-1. Michael Vimmer's had 2 wins from his 5 games in charge. Ruffy, do you agree with Tam?
Yeah, I think they'll go there with a lot of confidence. I think, unfortunately for Kilmarnock, all the main players have not been consistent enough this year, basically because of injuries. If you get right through their team, even the goalkeeper McCrory was out for a wee while. Finley's been out for a wee while. The 2 wing backs, is it Matty Kennedy and Armstrong? They've been in and out. Up front, Vassell, Marley Watkins hasn't been scoring. I think he's got a reason why they're there, because of all these players. But I think they've got to win this one. If they were to suffer another bad defeat in this one, I think they could be second bottom.
What are you going for?
I'm going to stick with them. Home advantage. I'm going to go and win 2-1.
2-1, okay. Ross County welcome Aberdeen. Tam Doncow says they'll need to be in the front foot to get anything from this game.
Yeah, I watched them last week against Dundee Utd, and it was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. The first half, it was dreadful. And then second half, Ross County were really poor, didn't they? They were a lot better and deservedly won the game. So disappointed in Ross County last week. Aberdeen, bounced back, get a result, and they're I think they've had their sticky patch. I think they're starting to just put a few results together. Kevin Nisbet's in flying form, looks fit, looks sharp, full of confidence, and in that sort of mood, he can score against anyone. So I think Aberdeen will beat Ross County. I think they'll take a big support up there as well, and I think they'll win, and I think they'll win well, 2-0.
2-0 and away win for Aberdeen for you, Rafi?
Yeah, I think they're back on the rails. They're winning games, scoring goals, got a few influential players back in. The back, they're a wee bit more solid. The goalkeeping one's still up. I think just Ross County have went off the boil at the wrong time. They were getting good results away from home and at home against the teams they should be beating, but I think Aberdeen have stepped it up a wee bit, and I think Aberdeen will win it 2-0.
2-0, okay, moving on to tomorrow then. St Johnstone hosts Celtic. They're at home, the Saints. Tam, is this almost like a dress rehearsal or a benefit that could work well for St Johnstone playing Celtic ahead of that meeting at Hampden in a few weeks?
Yeah, I think they'll, to be honest with you, I think they'd probably rather win this game than the semi-final. I think they're desperate for points. They look big favourites to go down. I don't see them getting in against Celtic. If they try and play out against Celtic with the press that they've got with Jota and Maeda and guys like that, I think they could get hammered, and I don't see them changing. So I can only see a Celtic comfortable win here, 3-0.
3-0, Rafi Kasper Schmeichel still expected to miss this one. However, back in training this week, but Sinsalo has stepped in. What have you made of him and his efforts?
Well, he had a save early on last week. Apart from that, he didn't have much to do. But I mean, it's a confidence builder for him. Every game he plays, that if he plays particularly well, he'll know when Schmeichel comes back, he'll be moving aside. But no, I think he did okay. I think the only thing that's going to upset Celtic is the park. Everybody complains about that park. It's bobbly, it's this, it's that. So if Celtic can sort of take that out of their head and just concentrate on playing, they should. There's nothing that says that they shouldn't win this game. I don't know about 3, but I think they would settle for 2 and just get back down the road.
2 for you. Last game of the weekend, Hearts face Dundee United. A defeat to Celtic last weekend means these 2 next games are must-wins for Hearts if they want to make the top 6, Tam.
Yeah, and Dundee United obviously going for the top 3, going for third place as well. So massive. This is a really big game actually for both clubs. Hearts are away to Motherwell in the last game, so depending on Motherwell's result, that could be winner takes all for that 6th place. So I think Hearts with home advantage might just nick it, but they have to win this game or they are in trouble for the top 6. But I hope they do get in the top 6. I'd want to see another Edinburgh derby.
Is this a sticky part of the season for some teams, Ruffy, when you're relying on other teams dropping points, the ones around you?
Yeah, managers sometimes after games when they get asked, what about the other results? And they say, oh, I don't look at the other results, I just look at, they're telling porky pies.
Yes.
Because somebody will have something in their ear telling them how the other teams are getting on. But I agree with Tam. I want Hearts to be in the top 6. We want all the big games and the big crowds there, and they are entertaining. So, yeah, I think Dundee United, although they got a 1-0 win, it wasn't that convincing. So, I think home advantage, I'm going to go 2-0 Hearts.
2-0 Hearts. Right, OK, let's get on to the quiz then. Favourite part of the programme.
Rules.
A few comments says that you cheated last week.
No, I didn't see
Saw
them.
that, yeah.
Was there people?
Yeah.
All right.
Who's saying that Tam jumped in too early? Wait till I finish the question.
Wait till you finish the question.
Yes, and then jump in.
Right, if you answer before it, you're frozen out of the question.
Yes, you're frozen out, and the other
Right.
person gets to answer.
Okay,
All right.
right.
First question: how many goals were scored in the Premiership last weekend? Closest answer. Anytime to
18.
Okay. Sam?
17.
25, which means Ruffy takes the points because he was closest.
What a rubbish question and a rubbish way to win.
You never won those
Rubbish
questions.
way
Okay.
to win. Didn't get anywhere near it.
Shh. Who picked up Premiership Player of the Month for the month of March?
Tyson Maeda.
He did. One each.
Cannot get the false teeth out. I've said it many times. Get your falsers out.
Question number 3. Who scored the winning goal for Rangers at Dens Park last Saturday?
Dessers.
It was Desert. 2-1 Ruffy. Question 4. Who currently sits 5th in the Premiership table?
Hibs.
United.
It's Dundee United.
2 each.
2 each. This is the
Beat 'em, man.
decider.
Okay, they'll hear the end of it.
Aberdeen will meet who in this month's Scottish Cup semi-final?
Hearts. He can't get them out, look! Get them out, Ruffy!
Yeah.
Another victory!
Well,
Oh, get on the comments, didn't cheat that time, thanks!
No, you didn't.
That's for the haters, thank you.
it's your haters. Have you got fans and haters or just haters?
I've just got haters.
Okay. We'll be back next week with some more Premiership action to look forward to. Thanks for watching.